And welcome to 520 Sports Talk. I am Sean. That's Bill. Behind the computer / producer setup is Andy Taylor, as always. Thank you so much for joining us. Episode number 45. We're happy to have you with us. Today we have a fantastic show. It's August. That means football is back officially. Right. We don't care about the baseball trade deadline. We're not even going to talk about it. It's all football all the time. And we're excited to have the Sabino Sabercats joining us. Coach McBrayer is here. We have coaches, players. It's going to be a fantastic show. If you are watching live on Facebook right now, get your questions ready. We're going to get the monitor going. Bill, if you want to get the monitor going while I mention our sponsors here, we want to take a minute to thank them. You're going to notice we're in a brand new location, one of our newest sponsors, Zona 78, on the east side of our location, which is why we want to bring in the east side schools here as part of 520 Sports Talk. So Zona 78. I had an entire Thai chicken pizza, wood-fired pizza. I'm not trying to brag about how much I can eat because I should be ashamed about that realistically, but I'm just trying to tell you, it's so good. I took the whole thing down. You will not be, it's so good. Half-price wine night, $5.
Bites.
Yeah, I know,
Four
right?
bites.
I know. That was one slice, dude. Don't embellish. Anyways, they have, it's half-price wine night here. They have $5.20 personal cheese and pepperoni pizzas. So come on down, ask questions live while you're here watching 520 Sports Talk with the Sabino Sabercats. Want to move on to our next sponsor, Oasis Air Conditioning and Heating. Talk about some schizophrenic weather. It's been a little bit crazy. Oasis Air Conditioning and Heating is going to make sure that it stays hot when it's supposed to be hot, it stays cool when it's supposed to be cool. So talk to David Murrieta at Oasis Air Conditioning and Heating. We want to mention The Rock, amazing concerts. I don't know if you guys have been to The Rock for a concert because they do underage shows. So they have a whole underage area, so you don't have to mix with the stuff that you're not supposed to mix with, With
the winos.
But go down to The Rock, amazing concert venue down at Park and 9th. Also, Brittany Palma with the A to B team, First Heritage Realty, real estate the healthy way. And if you know the healthy way, what I'm talking about with Brittany Palma, she's a bodybuilder. And she's also the best realtor that you've ever seen. So fantastic. Brittany Palma, the A to B team with First Heritage Realty. Aqua Solutions by Christina. They do everything but dig the hole. If you have a pool, it's still pool weather, make sure you call Aqua Solutions by Christina. They will take care of your pool. They'll do everything but build it for you. I want to mention Snap Fitness. River La Cañada, talk to John Marshall if you're looking for some personal training. Talk to John Marshall at Snap Fitness. Chris Lawler, loansbylawler.com and the Nova Home Loans. He's now the vice president of Nova Home Loans, not of the United States. Don't get that mixed up. Although eventually it's going to happen.
The way things are going, he could be.
If you're looking to purchase or refinance a home, loansbylawler.com. Or you can reach him if you're watching right now. I'm sure his number's going to flash across the screen. We just wrapped up the Harry Potter charity ball. That was a couple days ago. Fantastic, awesome time. Saw a whole bunch of great pictures from that. Also, brand new sponsor as well, Bianchi's on the northwest side up at Tangerine and Thornydale area.
Next week.
It's fantastic. Great Italian food up there, Bianchi's. Micha's Mexican food on 4th Avenue. If you're looking for some fine Mexican food on 4th Avenue, Micha's does great catering as well. And I'm trying to think.
And really good breakfast.
Yeah, great breakfast. Stray Dogs. When you're not here at Zona or Bianchi, Stray Dogs. Yes. We were there last week. We were actually there for the last couple weeks. And we'll be back in a couple weeks to do some more great football shows. But Stray Dogs, amazing mac and cheese. They do pizza, drinks. The whole thing is just fantastic. Big donuts. You guys watch Ginormous Foods? No? So it's basically, it's just like it sounds, Ginormous Foods. But Stray Dogs is featured on Ginormous Foods. They made a 17-inch donut. It's basically a hubcap.
It's like as big as a tire.
But now they're stuffing it with fruit and stuff like that, and then putting the frosting. It's my teeth hurt just thinking about it and talking about it right now. Andy, aside from Andy Taylor Media, obviously, did I miss anyone? All right, way to go. So again, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to try and bring up my own monitor here on my phone here, so when we see the questions come across, we have everyone who's able to chime in with the Sabino Sabercats football team. Here we go. We have a lot of live viewers watching right now, so thank you so much for taking the time. Just so you know, if you can't watch live, tell everyone that it just stays on the Facebook page so they can watch afterwards. We also have 520 Sports Talk on YouTube. They can watch all the shows there on YouTube. That way, if they have a smart TV, they can watch it on the big screen and everything. And watch our imperfect skin all over all over YouTube. So, anyways, if you want to go ahead and start introducing yourself, Coach, if you want to just go ahead and pick up the microphone, introduce yourself, tell us how long you've been with the Sabino program, and tell us something interesting about yourself, non-football related.
Well, I'm a first-year head coach at Sabino High School. I've actually been with Sabino High School since I was 13 years old, started as a freshman there. Went through the whole program up to varsity, went to a couple state championships under Jay Campos.
Jay was a good coach.
Weren't able to pick up some wins, but a lot of great experiences. He invited me back as a JV head coach, or a JV defensive coordinator. Was able to do that for a couple of years. Moved on to the varsity, teaching running backs and linebackers. D coordinator for the past couple of years, and first-year head coach this year.
Wonderful.
Now, have you did you take a break and coach anywhere else, or are you just strictly Sabino your whole career?
I've been Sabino since 13, so
all right.
Straight purple.
So you went through the farm
couldn't
system.
Get away. Yup. Been under the tutelage and the great program that Sabino has. Had a lot of support from the time I was coming onto campus, and the administrators we have now really give us some support to run a great football team. So can't imagine playing anywhere else.
Fantastic. Well, it's wonderful to have you here. Tell us one interesting fact about yourself that no one watching already knows.
Wow.
It doesn't have to be super secret. I'm just saying that something that some people may not know.
Let's see. I got a nice little dog named after my favorite baseball player. That's Chipper Jones. So
there you go.
You yell me Chipper around my house. That's my dog running around, probably getting some trouble. So he upsets me sometimes just as much as these guys.
Oh, okay,
so I gotta yell at him just as loud.
Maybe less, right?
Sometimes.
So the dogs, they like you anyways. The kids can stay mad at you for a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Anyway, we have several people watching live right now. We're going to be rotating about 10 minutes per segment, so if you have questions for Coach McBrayer or for Isaiah or for Alex, please send them across right now while we have the opportunity to ask them, because afterwards it's going to be too late. We can field questions, but we'll have to email you, and it's just going to take too long. So send the questions over right now if you have questions for our guests that are on right now. We're going to be moving on. We're going to have a lot more players, more coaches. We'll have opportunities, but if you have questions for the group that you see in front of you right now, go ahead and send them across.
Also, the people that are here at Zona 78, our promotions girl, Vivian, has some giveaways. Got some U of A scheduled magnets. I've got U of A posters. I picked up at McHale the other day. So if you guys ask a question, we see it on the screen, you guys will be able to get some
swag.
U of A swag, 520 swag.
Although it's not really swag, it's more like swug, because it's stuff stuff you get, not stuff we all get.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Because I think that's what it means.
We want the people here at the restaurant to feel free that they can take part in the show as well.
All right. So Isaiah, go ahead and introduce yourself, and then Alex, you can pick up that microphone if you want that one. Isaiah, introduce yourself, what year you are, position you play, and all that good stuff.
My name is Isaiah Smotherman. I'm a senior, and I play running back. Starting running back.
Starting running back. All right. So are you a north-south runner, or are you an east-west runner?
I'm pretty fast, so I could just beat someone going straight.
Okay. So you try to hit the corner. You don't really want to run. Yeah. You don't want to run over somebody. The speed's obviously your asset.
I'm not that big, so.
Okay.
So you don't look for contact then?
If I have to, I will, but.
Right.
So let me ask you this. I was talking to Coach before the show started. You guys, are a spread offense team. Sometimes you'll have a two-back backfield. Sometimes you'll have a one-back. When you're in a one-back backfield, are you the running back?
Yes.
Or do they split you out or something?
I start, but we have another senior who is just as good as me and can play the position too. So.
Will that person be on the show later, Coach? Is your other running back here?
He unfortunately doesn't like talk shows.
So okay. All right. I was gonna say, because we could have some smack talk going back and forth.
No, he got the invite, but he took it over. He wasn't ready to take the spotlight of 520 Sports. He couldn't handle the pressure and the bright light. So, well, he's sitting at home watching. So if you see Will Offerman, you can talk to him about that later.
Well, when we show up to practice or your games or something like that, we'll make sure to give him. We'll wait till after the game. I don't want to get in his head before the game.
Anytime you need to get into it.
That's right.
Upset him, make him run mad. I'm okay with that.
All right. We'll fire him up a little bit. All right. And then Alex, you want to introduce yourself?
My name is Alex Bell. I am a senior and I'm the starting quarterback.
So how long have you been the starter?
I started. So last year, Drew and I shared reps at quarterback, but I started a majority of the games.
Okay.
And so it was great learning experience.
So how's your arm? Like on one knee, how far can you throw?
I have not tried that yet.
To be determined later.
All right.
So let me ask you this: are you more of a quarterback where you're gonna take what they give you, or you're gonna try to force the ball downfield? I mean, obviously it depends on what kind of hands your wideouts have, but I meant
I like
a little bit about that.
I take what they give me. I read the defense and whatever's open. I'm not going to try and force the ball because I don't want any turnovers.
So you're saying you're the opposite of Andrew Luck then?
Yes, opposite of Andrew Luck.
While he's got a great arm, he had 13 interceptions last season, and you can't do that. You got to keep it under 10 interceptions for the season to be an elite quarterback. Well, Tom Brady had 26 and 2, 26 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. That's what you want to do.
If we have a football show, he will make a Patriots comment. It's coming.
Well, there's my one reference, so that's fine.
Wait till you see Jimmy Hamilton coming up later. You can talk Patriots all day with him.
All right.
I think he's actually wearing a backwards Patriots hat coming on later. So
even better. All right, so he's already my new best friend.
So running a spread offense, Andrew, are you? I mean, obviously you have to be mobile, but are you a running quarterback? Well, you'll do an option where you'll just you'll be on a keeper, or are you just a rollout where you want to stay mobile outside the tackle box where you're just kind of looking downfield?
I can run the ball. I've gotten faster this offseason. Last year I was more of a run when needed, but this season I've really worked on my speed, and so now I can tuck the ball and run on read options and run the ball a lot more than I could last year.
Now, did you to work on your speed? Did you run track, or did the track coach
I
help
did
you
track.
out? Okay.
So you're less of a pocket passer this season?
Yes.
Now, do you encourage whatever the defense allows, or when you're trying to run a set play? I mean, is it you're going to stay in the pocket and you're going to throw the ball away if you have to, or do you encourage the run?
So we've been blessed this year to have a returning senior quarterback. We're putting a lot of stuff in his hands, a lot of different reads, not only by him but by all our quarterbacks moving forward. They got to read and take what this defense is giving them. Obviously, we're going to have our play calls where we're looking for certain things, but he's always got the option to tuck it when he wants to. And like you said, he's developed his speed quite a bit, and we're designing run plays for him along with our other quarterbacks. So it's all in the hands of what he reads. He's a smart guy, and we trust him with a lot. So he's got certain guys he's reading, and that kind of shapes how the play is going to turn out.
Are there a lot of teams that you're facing this season, if you look at the schedule, that are blitz-heavy teams?
We haven't broken down all our films. We're kind of focused on Casa Grande right now.
Right.
They do a lot of different stuff with their defense, and we're kind of picking out how we want to attack it.
Sure.
Won't get into too many details about that, but each week is a different story.
Sure.
There's guys that blitz a lot. There's guys that blitz a lot versus certain combinations that we have. So we're trying to pick up those tendencies and counter them the best our offense can.
Now, is that a home game or is that an away game to start?
So we actually start on the road our first 4 games. We don't have a home game until week 5. We were supposed to play Mission Hills up in California. We went up there last year, had a great experience. They ended up beating us on a Hail Mary. But it was a great team, great experience. But unfortunately, they weren't able to make it down here to Tucson.
Okay.
So we picked up another game. That's where we're playing week 0. And we have to go up to Casa Grande and bring some 5-2-0 up there.
There you
Perfect.
go. Why don't you
we only have 2 more minutes, so I want to just have your. Well, it looks like everyone's sitting around here waiting for their turn. So I just want to let you know, 2 minutes left with this group. So basically, if you want to get your questions ready, I mean, a lot of people with a lot of encouraging words. You'll see the feed later, and everyone's commenting, "Go Sabercats, go Sabino." So you'll see that. But 2 minutes if you have questions for this group right here.
What I want to ask you, Coach, is you're breaking down the Casa Grande game. What do you have to attack? What are their strengths that you're going to have to attack?
I mean, they've got athletes everywhere. They got big kids. We just got to make sure we're doing our jobs, our spots, and making the right reads. Because they got kids that with speed all over the place. They got attacking corners, attacking safeties, and linebackers that can run, along with some big boys up front that can really hold up some gaps. So we need to be really, really crisp in knowing our job, knowing who we need to get our hands on, and where the blitzes can come from, where our eyes are, where our hands are, all these main things, because if we don't do all those little things every single play, they have the power to come after you and cause a lot of trouble. So it's a big-time game. They're a 4A playoff team, and we're looking forward to the challenge, especially right now. It's a lot of motivation in the summertime, knowing those big boys are waiting for us right at the start.
Gotcha.
Are they a spread team as well with you?
Yeah, they spread it out quite a bit. They go to 2-back at times, but they got some of the best receivers in the state. They got a couple kids that are getting some accolades as far as Arizona goes. So we're game plan on what we got to do with all those guys, but they got guys all over the field with their spread stuff that can beat you if you lull to sleep in every area of your defense.
Gotcha. So individually, I mean, the goal is to win as a team, go to state, win a championship, obviously, and you want to win one game at a time. The goal, obviously, is to get as far as you can. What is a good personal season? I mean, obviously helping your team. I don't discount the notion of team. Obviously, it's a team sport. But what's a good season for you individually? Like, if I do touchdown to interception ratio, if I have this many yards, this many touchdowns, our team's going to get to where it needs to go.
My goal is to have a better touchdown to interception ratio last year.
Okay.
I think it was 19-4 last year. So my goal is to throw less than 4 interceptions and more than 19 touchdowns.
Okay.
Nice.
There you go.
Now, when you get into league play, do you have a date circled? Do you have a game circled that payback or a natural rival, something like that?
So the biggest game in league play.
That's my school.
I will be there. I literally live next door to Push Ridge. I will be there, and we've had Push Ridge, but only basketball. So I
we
guess
haven't had them in
just go ahead and
football
go for
now.
Sabino then. Yeah. Obviously.
I'm an alum, so I'll keep quiet.
It's all good. All right.
So.
Well, I want to open it up.
I want to play Saguaro.
Saguaro, why?
A lot of friends, or
I have a lot of friends there, and it's always been our rival. And I'm just excited because they talk a lot of smack. So.
Well, I know at least one parent that I worked with in the fire service that he went to Saguaro, and his son's playing with you guys. So I'm sure there's a little smack talk in that household from time to time.
That's pretty awesome. So, Bill, I don't know if you see any questions coming across, but go ahead and read them off. I'm going to open it up 30 more seconds right now for any questions for this group right here, and then we're going to bring in Coach Sly, and looks like Bennett and Larry are going to be joining us here in just a second. So 30 more seconds. During those 30 seconds, I think your two cameras are right over here if you want to say hi to anyone. So look into this camera right here. If you want to say hi to anyone specifically that may be watching or that may be watching later on, now is your opportunity right there.
Hello.
A man of many words right there.
That's right.
I just want to give a shout out to my brother Nathan. What's up?
I just want to shout out.
I got to give a shout out to all the Sabino families that are in here kind of supporting us today. A lot of people came out. We got great parents that are always big time supporters. They make this program run the way it does and kind of put us where we are as of right now. Also, my family's even here. My mom, dad. I got to give a shout out to my girlfriend so I don't get yelled at when I get home. So, Victoria, how you doing?
All right, great. Well, we're looking forward, Coach, seriously. I mean, you're our first East Side school that we've had in football. We're coming up to our year anniversary here pretty quick, so we're really honored to have you guys here, and especially here at Zona 78. It's a good way to kick off our relationship with them, having such a outstanding team represent.
Well, we appreciated the call. We watch you guys online all the time, so you guys do run a great school, and we were blessed to have us on it for us. Thank you guys very much.
Great, thank you so much. If you want to send in the next group, then we'll have Coach Sly, Bennett, and Larry. So come on out this way. In the meantime, right now, I don't know if it's my internet connection or the internet connection here on the iPad, we're having some difficulty with the questions coming across. If you're watching, we understand that there's some the questions that you want to ask. We'll do the best that we can, getting to them as we can. But we appreciate your patience. Just watch. We record the show so you can watch it whenever, and then and then watch it afterwards. But like I said, we really welcome you to the show. So
I do want to do a shout out while the other gentlemen are getting their seats right now to Jason Petty, one of the Sabercat football players. His family is watching from the Big D in Detroit, Michigan. I lived outside of Detroit a few years back, and we appreciate you watching. You obviously supporting your grandson and Sabino Sabercat football. But the nice thing about this whole broadcast using the Facebook Live format is anybody in the country can see it. So we've got Channel 4, 9, 13, and whoever else here in town beat as far as our national footprint's concerned. So once again, thank you for watching 520 Sports Talk.
Wonderful. So you've noticed that the faces have changed. This team stays the same.
Yes.
So starting from our right, if you want to grab a microphone right in front of you and just introduce yourself, your role on the team, and Coach, since it's a little different, tell us something that the people at home who are watching don't know about you.
Hi, my name is Sly Lewis. I'm offensive coordinator, Sabino football, coach of receivers as well. Something they don't know about me, I don't know. I would say that this is my newest role at Sabino football, being the offensive coordinator. So.
Well, I know a little bit about your pedigree, Coach, so why don't you talk about college, where you played, who you played with, that type of stuff.
Okay. Well, I played for Southern Arizona Football League, Tucson Dogs, years ago, under Ross Roboto, and had a great run of tradition with that. Had some fun with a bunch of guys that I grew up with, and played some good football.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
Okay, so...
And then we're going to go. You two gentlemen can share that microphone right there. Yeah. Right there. Go ahead and introduce yourself, what position you play, what year you are in school.
All right. My name is Bennett Nottingham. I'm going to be a senior. I'm a slot receiver, and I play kicker, too.
Slot receiver and kicker?
Yeah, so I do both of that, yeah.
Plays kicking or punting?
I can do kickoff, punt, anything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're basically always on the field except for defense?
Yeah, except for defense.
Do you play defense too?
I mean, I used to freshman year, but like, coach just didn't want me to play anymore, so
I didn't want to go both ways. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
So I mean, I just focus on offense and I'm just kicking.
Very nice.
I'm Larry. My name is Larry Gerald. I play slot receiver and cornerback, and yes, I'm going to be a senior this year. That's pretty much it.
Okay, so if you could model your receiver game to anyone that we know in the NFL, who would you most say your game is most like?
I don't know. I don't really watch football.
Did he just say that?
Or something.
I don't really watch football.
Yeah, I don't watch football.
Unfortunately, he doesn't. He's got a lot of time with his hair, so as you can see.
Well, I was thinking ODB, man.
Yeah, you look at the hair, you think of that.
Beckham and stuff.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Beckham.
About the rapper.
That's right.
That's right. I thought he was going to OGB. I was like, no, we're not going to do that on the show, Bill. We're not going to do it.
Exactly. So let me ask you one question. Since you play both ways, being a receiver, how does that help you as being a corner, and vice versa? Being a corner, how does that help you as a receiver?
Well, I mean, basically, you know the route tree from both perspectives, so
right.
It's like it's easier to read everything. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Now, are you a physical corner? I mean, do you like to go up and just bump them and stuff, or are you just? You're just waiting for the hit and you just lay them out, or what?
I mean, I'd rather like watch everything before it happens. Just stay back and then let it, I don't know the word, dang.
And then just take their head off?
Yeah.
All right.
But on a deep out, I mean, are you basically right on their jersey, though? I mean, if it's a deep run.
Yeah, I'm right up with them.
Don't have a lot of time to wait for something to happen there, because by that time, they're already behind you.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, so the pro player?
Yes.
I would compare myself to Julian Edelman from the Patriots, because he's like a small, quick receiver, and just...
Have you had any miracle catches like you had in the Super Bowl?
I mean,
that wasn't a small joke.
I wouldn't say miracle catches, but I mean, I've had some pretty nice catches here and there. But, I mean,
what do you think? Who were you playing, and what was your best catch in your high school career?
I mean, it wasn't like sophomore year. I mean, like, I was young sophomore year. It wasn't like a great catch, but I mean, I was young, and it was like a really big time play, and I just broke open and just. Yeah.
So there was a lot of yards after the catch?
Yeah, a lot of yards, yeah.
All
so
right.
that's pretty much my.
And that was against the Cougars?
Yeah, against the Cougars, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that's the big catch right there.
That's right. That's right.
So so Coach, what is your goal? What do you want to change or improve on with the offense this season as opposed to last season?
Well, I wouldn't say change or improve anything. Coach Campos, he was our offense coordinator for a lot of years and did a really great job. So learned under him, and I just want to make sure that we keep the tradition alive and keep things rolling. We've had our spread offense for a number of years now, and just try to improve on make sure that we take care of business. Make sure we move the ball. Make sure we convert third downs, and ultimate goal is getting that ball in the end zone.
Right.
Now, you play the spread. Casa Grande plays the spread. A lot of Tucson teams play the spread. That's basically, you're going to basically look at yourself every year, every week in and week out. Is there one team that just plays power football, like Big Ten football, or they're just going to run it down your throat?
I think football has changed with the times. Mm-hmm. So right now, that's the end game as far as everybody's offense is tailored to your kids. So you got to kind of have to adapt to that. We would love to if we had the big offensive line. Trust me, we'd get back there and like to run the ball like the old Big Ten teams like to do. But that's something that we got to mix it in, blend a little bit. So
now, does that make it easier with everybody playing the spread? Does that make it easier to prepare your game plan? Because, like I said, you're basically looking at yourself.
There's a lot of good defense coordinators out there, so you got to be on your A game every single week.
Yeah.
As you prepare, you got different guys out there that that's their job to make sure that they stop, your offense. So there's a lot of good defense coordinators, like I said, and biggest thing is make sure that we're prepared.
So in your offense, we have two slot receivers sitting right here. Do you have a higher frequency of those short to mid-range passing game? It seems like a lot of teams have strayed from the deep bomb. I know Rincon we had on last year. They had a lot of deep passes.
Yeah, they did.
They had a lot of down the field.
They were trying to soften it up because of the fact they had Ty Grigsby, and he was all world. He holds the state record with 8 touchdowns in a game. So I think that's why Coach House did that, is because they had to do something to loosen up that D. Because you got your strong safety and your corners playing run support,
right?
Because it's tie left, tie right. So.
Yes. So again, it's about what the defense is giving you.
Right.
We're going to take what the defense gives us. Everybody would like to fall in love with that deep ball, but obviously the chances are not too high as well. So you got to take your chances when you can. But ultimately, it's about sustaining drives, making sure you're moving the chains.
And plus, if you can take 5 to 6 yards at a clip, with your slot receivers, a quick little slant inside, to get that quick 6 or 7 yards that you need, especially if, hopefully you don't get stuffed on the first couple downs. But realistically, those quick little passing plays are just nightmare for a defense because they're hard to defend against because it's a quick bump. You can't touch anyone for 5 yards anyways.
Right. So
when you get in there for that quick 3, 4, 5, 6 yard little passing play, it's kind of a nightmare for defenses in a way.
We've had an old adage for a long time with the quarterbacks: just take the candy. Take the candy.
2nd and 3 is not a bad place to be.
No, you want to be ahead
really
of the chain.
Yeah.
So just take the candy.
Exactly. We've got 3 more minutes with this group right here, so we want to, if you have questions for Larry Bennett or Sly, please let us know. If there's any questions here from the crowd, you want to yell it at us, you guys have all the dirt on these players, so we're happy to expose that live on 520 Sports Talk. We're not above that,
You've got a friend watching you right now that's the assistant softball coach at Pima, Rebecca Quiroz. Says hi, welcome, and hope you guys have a great season.
A lot of people watching
very
from
much.
Michigan.
Thank you.
When Jason comes on at the end, I guess there's Jason's family is watching from Michigan.
Yes, he's a very popular guy.
He's a popular guy. Wait, so I think it's the group that's next, right? I think is Jimmy the Patriots fan?
He is the Patriots fan.
All right, well,
he's got he's got the long hair. He's got the Brady hair going. So
he's got the Brady hair.
Ask him who's gonna have more yards.
Oh, okay. We got 2 slot receivers. Who's going to have more receptions and
yards?
Out of us?
Yeah.
Oh, me for sure.
Oh, there we go. No, he's like, no.
He's like, nah.
I mean, you got something to say against that?
Yeah, I'm gonna have more yards.
So let me ask you this: since you both play the same position, probably on opposite sides, what are your strengths and what are your strengths?
I mean, I would say my strengths are like just give me the ball. I need open space, and then that's pretty much it. I mean,
do you like to work on the sideline? Are you going to those crazy guys like Jay Dobbins that likes to go across the middle and get your head taken off and then just get up and look at the guy? Or
I mean, I'll just take whatever's open. I mean,
okay.
So are you a no fear type of slot receiver? Because I mean, if you know someone like Edelman or Amendola or something like that, they have to be ready for their head to get taken off on the inside.
Oh yeah.
Because there's a linebacker waiting for them right there.
Yeah, especially going across the middle. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, anytime you're going over the middle, you're on borrowed time. So.
Yeah, no kidding.
I agree.
All right, well, last opportunity right now for some of the questions to come across. We just want to make sure that we're giving everyone equal opportunity here. Plus, I'm not going to show favoritism to the Patriots fan. Maybe.
It's coming.
But,
I can see
last
it coming.
opportunity
It's
for
coming.
questions to come across. So we want to thank everyone so much for watching 512 Sports Talk. While we do the next switcheroo, we're going to make sure we mention our sponsors one more time. So before we do that, before we get the next group, which is actually only 2 people, you can look right into that camera right there if you want to say hi to anyone watching right now.
In-state,
live,
out-of-state,
recorded,
different
in-state.
country, different planet.
Exactly.
Well, I would like to say my son's on the U.S. Carl Vincent, so I just want to give a shout out to him.
Go Navy.
He's out there protecting us, and we love you. I just recently had a grandbaby, so we're excited about that. Newest Sabercat, welcome to the family.
Newest Sabercat.
And just want to say thank you to my family and friends, everybody that supports Sabino football. Looking forward to the season started.
The Carl Vincent, I know because it's based in San Diego, where I'm from, and I've actually been on that ship. I had a cousin in the Navy. That's one mean aircraft.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I did a Tiger cruise on it, and it's an awesome ship.
Yes, it is.
Now, do they go? So actually, one of my coworkers has a son who I believe is on that ship as well.
Yeah.
I believe they just were back. They were just stationed for a while recently. Correct?
Absolutely. They just got back about.
One of my coworkers has a son who's on that ship as well.
Okay.
So if your son knows a kid named Komori,
I'll definitely have him check.
check.
There's a lot of people on that ship.
Yeah.
It's like a floating city.
It really is.
Right.
It really is, truly.
So wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us. If you want to take your turn with some shout-outs, and then we'll bring in the next group.
I think my grandparents are watching from Iowa. So
Iowa, nice.
Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys.
My parents, my siblings, my grandma, my uncle, my family and friends. Thank you.
They all in Tucson?
Yeah.
All right, great.
All right, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to bring Baja and Jimmy in right now.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Coach. Pleasure.
Coach, thank you so
Thank
much.
you for having us.
Thank you very much. Oh,
Thank you,
we'll
brother.
take turns here. Bill, if you want to do the honors with the sponsors here while I try and prep some information on the phone.
Okay, once again, while we're changing groups, we'd like to thank our sponsors because without them, obviously, we wouldn't be doing what we're
You
doing.
want me to do it, don't you? You want me to do it?
No, I got it.
Are you sure?
So, first of all, our first sponsor, Meech's Mexican Food on South 4th. Meech has been in business since 1976. Wonderful Mexican food. Had breakfast there the other day. Can't beat it. If you have catering needs, give them a call, and they will definitely hook you up. Oasis Air Conditioning and Heating, like Sean said, with the crazy weather going up and down, you definitely want to make sure that your air conditioning is in tip-top shape. Snap Fitness with John Marshall. Check it out, River and La Cañada, open 24/7, so doesn't matter what your schedule is, you still get a chance and an opportunity to work out. The Rock concert venue on 9th and Park, or excuse me, 9th and,
Park and 9th.
Park and 9th, yeah.
You got it.
Wonderful music. When we're in the studio, we have local bands do our intro and exit music. Dirty Magic, Straight Truck, or Slow Truck.
Yeah, it's a combination of Stray Dogs and
That's
Slow
right,
Truck,
Slow
yeah.
Truck, which leads me to the next one, will be Stray Dogs.
Yeah.
Our Stray Dogs in Zona 78, sister our restaurants. This week we're at Zona, obviously. Thank you to them.
They're kind of manly. I go with brothers.
That's right.
Keep them more like
we'll
brothers.
be in the middle of the month on the 15th back at Stray Dogs with Pima College women volleyball. So we're gonna take a little break for 1 week from the football and look into women's volleyball. You definitely want to check out that show. Pima, wonderful athletes, and every time we have them on there, we always enjoy it. Also, Christina Boucher and Aqua Solutions. If you want your pool in tip-top shape, especially with all the storms and all the crud that blows into your pool, they'll clean it, they'll recondition it with good chemicals. They use quality chemicals. You definitely want to call Aqua Solutions and after a monsoon and get your pool back up in good shape. And you want to finish the rest of them?
You know what? I was talking with producer Andy while you were talking. So did you mention Snap Fitness?
Yes, I did.
Did you mention Brittany Palma?
No, I didn't.
Brittany Palma, A to B Realty with the first A to B team with First Heritage Realty. Fitness the healthy way. I'm gonna polish that turd all day.
Yeah, we're on a roll here.
Polish that turd. So, Fitness the healthy way. See Brittany Palma, the A to B team with First Heritage Realty. What about Loans by Lawler? You get Lawler? So we got to talk about Chris Lawler. Loansbylawler.com. Chris Lawler with Nova Home Loans. If you're looking to purchase or refinance a home, loansbylawler.com. He just had his Harry Potter charity ball the other day. Right. Vice President of Nova Home Loans, soon to be the United States. Bianchi's are one of our newest sponsors. Is Bianchi's Tangerine in Thornydale. Amazing Italian food. They have one of those cool Coke freestyle machines, so you can just drink as much as you want. You can basically drown yourself.
Tell you, if you order pasta, unless you're just some gigantic eater, you won't even finish it. You'll be taking half of it on the box.
We have football players. They're gigantic eaters. So I think we covered everyone. And if not, you remind us.
Andy Taylor Media.
Andy Taylor Media.
That's right. We need a little reverberation on that one, Andy.
Yeah, I know.
Media.
All right, so we have a new crew in right now. So we have joining us. We have just like before. It looks like we have another coach and a couple players here. Unless you're a very mature player.
No, just a young-looking coach.
All right, so go ahead and introduce yourself. You said you're the line coach?
Yes, I am. I'm coaching the varsity offensive line and coaching defensive ends on the defense side of the ball. I'm Coach Baja. Baja short for Baharen. It's just a heck of a lot easier to pronounce if you don't have the skills to do it.
I don't.
Yeah, you can't throw your R's.
It's just Baharen if you have no idea how to say it.
Right. Well, I'm just going to go with Baja. So does that mean that the players that you coach are the Baja men?
We can call them that, but they haven't dubbed themselves that.
But they don't.
Yeah, no.
Did you let the dogs out? I'm just trying to go really deep cut references.
I'm with you.
You didn't know that the Baja men sang "Who Let the Dogs Out," did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did. All right.
I did.
Okay.
You're taking me back to like middle school
days.
I know, right?
Definitely.
This is taking me back to
college.
Well,
yeah,
I was gonna say going back to Nogales when I was in college and some of the bars down there but never mind. We don't talk about that. Anyways, so welcome. So Jimmy, I'm supposedly you're going to be my favorite person that we talk to because I'm a Patriots fan, and I heard that this is some sort of Boston-related team that you're on the hat you're wearing. Very nice. So we're just supposed to be talking about Tom Brady and Julian Edelman the whole time. Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, just want to make sure. So when you're talking, just bring that microphone right up there. So Jimmy, if you want to introduce yourself, what position you play or positions you played, and what year you were in school and all that good stuff.
I'm Jimmy Hamilton. I'm a junior, and I play cornerback. I'm the starting corner.
Starting corner?
Yeah.
And are you the backup quarterback as well?
Yeah.
All right. And then if you want to hand that off to the gentleman to your right there.
My name's Nick Satterley. I'm a safety and a fullback and a junior.
Safety and fullback. So you're on the field a lot.
Yeah.
Are you a strong safety or free safety?
Free safety.
Okay.
So
I figured with the fullback he'd be a strong safety because he'd be out there doing run support.
He's also our left tackle at punt, which he so proudly likes to shout everybody.
One thing that I didn't ask the other two groups that I'm going to ask you is, and I liked it when I played football, I loved playing special teams because you can just run down and just jack somebody up, Do either of you guys play special teams? And if you do, which kickoff, punts, kicking, receiving?
I'm the punt returner, the punter, and I'm the backup kicker returner.
Okay, so you're probably not involved in a lot of tackles because they don't want to mess up your leg, or
on the kickoff team. I'm on the kickoff team.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I make a lot of tackles at.
So we've had two kickers, 2 quarterbacks, We haven't had two running backs yet, though. Well,
I don't know where the linemen are. Did you not
I
bring
guess
linemen with you?
There's only one lineman. We have a center next.
Is this a 7-on-7
He's going to be coming up after this.
That's all we do.
He's the one that's not afraid. He's not camera shy or afraid to talk to people.
There you go.
All right, so if you had to choose one position to play for the rest of your football career, what would it be?
Just wherever they need me, I like to play. That's pretty much my.
You just like being on the field.
Yeah, it's wherever I can.
But I mean, like, where do you have the most fun?
I like corner. That's where I'm at right now, so I'm having a lot of fun doing that.
Now let me ask you this. I mean, because and this is not in a negative tone of, but how's your jumping skills? Because you're not the tallest corner, so I mean, you got to have you got to get
6'3", Bill.
You got to get some air.
I think I can get up there.
Do you practice with the basketball team on jumping?
No. I've never played anything with a basketball team in my life. That's one sport I'm not very good at.
Okay, but you can get up there if they start trying to throw it over you. Nice.
Or do you just commit a lot of pass interference and really just try and
pretty much
put a hand in their
try
face?
and hide it a little bit.
Try and hide it a little bit. Tug on some pants or something like that. Yeah. All right, same question. If you could only play one position for the rest of your football career, what would it be?
It'd have to be safety. Just really like being out there on defense, making tackles and pass coverage.
Well, in free safety, you're playing center field, so
Oh yeah.
nobody gets behind you.
Yeah. Plus, you get to light people up.
You
too.
do, you do get a light.
I mean, a la John Lynch. You know, I mean, like that guy was devastating.
Yep. Ronnie Lott.
Ronnie Lott, who will amputate his own thumb to keep playing.
Exactly. Let me kind of change directions a little bit since you guys are both defensive backs. Chuck Cecil just named one of the coaches, one of the defensive personnel for Rich Rod's team. My favorite Wildcat of all time, just because he would just take your head off and doesn't think twice about it. I don't know if you guys are if it's maybe too far back in the past, but have you ever had a chance to watch him either play at Arizona or with the Packers? The NFL actually came up with a rule. It's called the Chuck Cecil rule, because he would he just laid so many guys out. And back then you could kind of spear, and but he was just one of the hardest hitters that the league's ever seen. And do you like to just hard hit after the catch, or are you more of a coverage?
Well, hopefully they're not catching the ball very much, but if they do, I'll
so
hit
you're more
them
of
if
a
they
cover
need to be.
back then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That's what I'm trying
Gotcha. So, I mean, Bill, I hardly remember Chuck Cecil. So, I mean,
I was a senior when he was a sophomore.
You were really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, it wasn't too far behind me then, or ahead of me. I don't even know anymore. It's late. It's like past my bedtime.
He came in '85, and I graduated in '86. So.
All right. Well, so I'm going to go with some of the fun questions. I have to do it because if
the
I don't
gas station.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So here's my question to both of you, or all three of you. Sorry.
And I think they're expecting it.
They're expecting it. All right. Your favorite gas station food and favorite gas station drink.
Well, in the past, it would probably be a slushie, but I've been on a strictly water diet right now.
All right.
But in the past, probably would have been a slushie.
Okay.
And anything at QT, because they just do it better than everybody else.
Isn't that just ice water?
Yeah. It's just ice water.
It's flavored though.
Yeah.
There's flavors.
That's right.
Same question.
I think definitely an icy from Circle K. That'd be my definitely my favorite drink.
There you
and
go.
then I don't know. I don't have a lot of gas station food.
You don't have a lot of gas station
No chips,
food?
no jerky, no candy bar.
No gas station sushi?
Gas station sushi. Only at QT would they have that.
Probably if they have it, a mixture of lemon lime Gatorade and blue Powerade.
Oh, there you go. I like it. It's a good choice.
Is that
lemon lime Gatorade and blue Powerade?
Powerade is that like a Pepsi Coke thing where you put them together? Or?
I know that's like crossing the streams in Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
you can't
exactly.
do that.
And what about the snack?
And then probably just Doritos.
Man, nobody picked jerky. I thought there would at least be one jerky.
By the way, I'm going to go ahead and throw back to one of our earlier episodes. Andy's favorite convenience store food, the hot squatch.
Yes.
The hot squatch.
And the honey buns.
Oh, and the honey buns. Oh, that was 2 weeks ago.
That was
last week.
Flashback to
last week. For those of you who don't know what the hot squatch is, it's one of those It's like the beef sticks, but it's hot. It's Sasquatch brand. The hot squatch.
It's
good.
What you do after you eat it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. So, finish this sentence. Sabino football season will be a success if.
Keep working hard.
What's that?
Keep working hard.
Keep working hard. All right, I like it. Jimmy?
I think. I mean, the only way it can be like an ultimate success is if we win state.
There you go.
That's
what I was waiting.
That's what we're all going for.
There you go.
And it did come from a Patriot guy when they used to go to the Super Bowl, so you know.
We're used to rings. So.
Yeah. Well, we're used to it. I mean,
exactly.
what?
You've been there before.
Yeah. I don't act like we've been there before, though. I will throw it in everyone's face.
That's right.
All right, Coach, same question to you.
It's more of a when, not if. Out there, we definitely tell these kids to, work their butt off, and whether it's on walkthroughs, whether it's, practicing your hitting or your blocking, whatever it is, as long as we set our mind to it, we're going to be, the best that we can be.
Let me put you on the spot a little bit, Coach. Is this the year?
It's all about, one game at a time. So right now we're focused on this first week, and then we'll go from there. But, we do have the talent to take this team into the postseason. I do believe that these kids are hardworking, and they're dedicated to what they do in their craft, whether it be any position on the field. I coach all linemen, but I see the quarterbacks working their butt off.
And obviously we want the Southern Arizona schools to do well, because you're obviously going to go up against the Phoenix schools and maybe some of the Northern Arizona schools. So, we wish you guys the best of luck, as well as all the other Southern Arizona schools. We didn't do too bad last year, so we definitely want to keep it up. Some of the different sports, I know even on girls softball, Southern Arizona just rocked everybody. So, and we had some of those teams on. So, definitely, you guys have a lot of talent. We expect big things from you. We're going to keep an eye on you. If you guys, you come home on your, what you said, fourth game is your first home game?
Fifth game.
Fifth game. Okay, so you're coming home 4-0. Sean wants a call. I want a call. We want to be out there for your home opener.
Oh yeah, definitely. By the way, we did have a comment and a question for you, Jimmy. The question is, how much product do you use in your hair? And will you take the hat off to show everyone your wonderful hair? Oh, there it is.
No, it's natural. This is just how it was made.
No product?
I don't need a lot of product.
Ever?
No. That's just how it is.
Cousin it?
All right. There we go. The question came through. I asked the questions that the people want.
I thought Andy was going to have a cousin.
The thing is, if you are commenting right now, we can see the comments. They'll come across as notifications, so we can make sure that you're still, if you're watching the feed. Oh, here we go. We have more. I want to make sure that before we switch it out, which we will in the next 2 minutes, if we do get another question, I'm responding to these.
Okay.
It was just to go Sabercats. It goes without saying.
Right. All right.
So, all right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. We're going to bring in the big boys right now.
Sure. Yep, you got my center coming up.
I have your center coming up right now.
All right.
Appreciate
Thanks,
you,
Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you very much. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we'll do a little player and coaching change right now. So we're going to be bringing in the starting center, and then Coach Vern's going to be joining us. As we got about 15 minutes left in the show, so make sure to go ahead and send the comments across. We can see the comments coming through live. So make sure to send everything through. We'll make sure. Oh, here we go. The comments keep coming through. So
these guys must be like
Cedric,
red
you are quite
These guys
welcome.
must be like redshirt seniors or something. They're pretty big.
All right, here we go. So, go ahead, Coach, if you want to pick up the microphone right there, go ahead and introduce yourself, your name, how long you've been with the program, and where you coach.
Hi, my name is Vernon Cook, and I've been with the program for this is my 6th year at Sabino. I coach defensive tackles and also running backs.
So I know that. So you don't coach Quinn here, though, do you? Because that was Baja's. Well,
yes. Yeah, Coach Quinn. Yeah, I coach Quinn. He's a defensive tackle.
My name is Quinn Detweiler. I'm a center and a DT. I've been with Sabino for 4 years. This is my senior year.
Very
now
nice.
we're bringing the beef in.
I know. I mean, and it's about time. I mean,
and all these skill guys in. Now we're going to talk down in the trenches.
Well, I mean, last time when we had Pima football on, I mean, it was all beef. Well, mostly.
Yeah.
But that defensive end.
He was huge.
Well, they always say the best for last, you know.
That's right. That's right.
Well, I mean, so let me ask you a question. Getting back to one of our sponsors, Zona 78, which is where we are live right now. How many pizzas can you take down in one sitting?
I'm gonna guess probably 2.5.
It's a good guess.
You can't just really dig down deep and finish that last half, or what?
It just depends on the day.
How many toppings?
And how much we ran that day.
That's right.
See, we've got the comic relief now. See, I'm glad Quinn's here right now.
That's right.
This guy can
so,
talk
Coach,
a little bit. I love it.
we haven't talked much about defense on the show. So, talk to us about your style of defense, what you instill in the kids as far as a mindset on defense. Everybody that knows football knows that the game is geared to benefit the offense,
right?
And the defense is more or less behind the 8 ball. So you have to overcome that. So talk a little bit about that.
Well, defensively, what we're really looking at, especially with our kids, is first of all speed. We got to have speed. I mean, we got some big boys, as you can see with Quinn here, but we definitely focus on speed and then their agility as well. Because what we're looking for is teaching these kids. We run a 4-3 defense right now, and then we vary from that. But we really want to focus in on getting these kids to really understand to attack the offensive linemen and to replace their feet with our feet. And that way we'll have advantage to open up holes for our linebackers to come in and do their soul.
Now, when you're on a 4-3, because that's what I played, are you going to bring those outside backers in on a blitz, under certain situations?
Yeah, we have various blitz packages for them to run. So that we do have blitz packages with our defensive ends and also with our interior linemen as well.
So, talk to us about. So last week we had Pima football on the show, and talk to us about how you coach tackling, because it's sort of a lost art. You get a lot of shoestring tackles. People want to hit someone in the knees and hope they fall down,
or knock them off their balance.
Do you sort of preach the rap? Or
yes.
Okay.
Yes, actually, we have a heads up program that we use, and make sure that our tackles make sure our players keep their heads up and make sure they grab club and just take them to the ground.
Because we're talking about going more towards teaching the rugby tackle.
The rugby tackle is what, the people head.
Actually, Seattle Seahawks call it. They have a hawk tackle,
right?
And they teach tackling. They hit and wrap up and you turn. It's almost like wrestling with an alligator.
Because you want to twist, because that's going to bring them down.
That's correct.
If they have any extra momentum, that's going to take them in a different direction.
Yeah,
they're going to go down.
If you just try to, if you just wrap, if you're
going to drag you,
you're going to get dragged.
If you're a big backer,
we're going to put some heat on you.
Yeah.
We're going to put some heat on you, so yeah.
No, we did have one of this, we had a safety on before, and he was talking about, being able to see everything and really looking forward to lighting people up. Does that happen a lot, or are you more of a cover team and really trying to focus on a lot of the fundamental as opposed to the big play?
We focus basically on the fundamentals, and when the fundamentals, we teach them to make sure their heads are up, they wrap, keep their base wide, and then, explode through with the hips, and that's what's going to help us, But everybody, in an actual situation, you may not be able to get all those techniques in at one time. But as long as you know the fundamentals in your mindset, in your head, you'll be able to get it done.
Now with the spread offense, and like Sean was alluding to before with some of the other guys, 5-6 yards on a pass on a slant into your slot or something like that. What do you do on defense to not be in those second and thirds? You want to be in the second and 8, second and 9. What do you do to counteract that?
Well, basically what we do is to make sure that each player knows his assignment specifically, and then we begin to take it from there, that they can begin to operate.
No, it's fine. We just want to make sure it's really loud in the restaurant. We just want to make sure everyone hears you. All right, so Quinn, you're the center. How important is your relationship with the quarterback?
It's extremely important. Him and I have been together. We went to school for a really long time, and we've had a good chemistry for the entire time that we've been together. Him and I are pretty good buddies. Like, we know each other. We know it's like when one of us are having a bad day, we kind of compensate by, let's say, snapping lighter or like snapping it quicker to get the ball to him so he can do what he needs to do.
Now, Sabino's not a magnet school, so I mean, pretty much you guys all live in the neighborhood. You probably grew up, played youth football together, that type of thing. Went to school, grade school, junior high, middle school. Called it junior high when I was.
They still have some of those.
Exactly,
Yeah.
but you know, I think sometimes it's better because you get the core of the players. I mean, when I went to school, you know, we took our lumps the first couple years at Palo Verde Christian because we didn't have an upper class. But by the time we were seniors, because of the fact we had that core, you know, we ended up kicking everybody's ass our last 2 years. Tell us what, you know, how important that is, playing with guys that you grew up with since you were, you know, 6, 7, 8 years old.
Oh, it's the most important thing because over that time we just like create such a strong bond that when one of us like misses a game for like let's say an injury, it crushes us because like we just miss having them there, and it's truly a brotherhood, and that's how I feel about our football program. Every single person.
And that's great. And that's great because Sabino's, you know, kind of a throwback school because of the fact that, you know, everybody does live in the neighborhood, you know, and you guys, you know, known each other since you're able to walk. So that you don't see that a lot in, you know, in Tucson and some of the other areas just because people can kind of come and go and pick and choose. So
well, yeah, especially in California, it's all
to have
where
success,
you want to go, they'll recruit you and everything like that. It's a little different.
Yep. To have success in that format and that style says a lot for your coaching staff, says a lot for the players.
Gotcha. So I want to give a 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning to the next group right now. So we asked this to the last group, and I know it's really loud in here. So if you couldn't hear it, and we're gonna ask the same question, and it's not the gas station question. Although Quinn, I do want to get your answer for that one.
The gas station question?
Yeah. So the favorite gas station drink and snack.
Oh, all right. So it depends on what I'm getting. If I'm getting, let's say, like a Polar Pop, it would probably be like Circle K.
All right.
But let's say I'm getting like a vitamin water, I would definitely go Quick Trip.
Okay.
And my favorite snack would have to be nachos.
Oh, all right.
What is it?
Nachos.
Nachos. Still don't have a jerky guy here.
I know. Coach.
My favorite snack?
Gas station drink, gas station snack.
Gatorade, sunflower seeds.
What color Gatorade?
Frost blue.
Frost blue. All right.
Frost
It's
blue
good
or
stuff.
purple.
Or purple. Okay.
Yep, 1 to 2.
All right. So here's the final question for you guys. This will be a good season for Sabino football if. Finish that sentence.
If we come together and we all work together and work really hard in practice, we will succeed.
All right.
This would be a great football season for Sabino. Once, not if.
Okay.
Once we all play on one accord, trust is the big factor with that. We have to trust ourselves in what we do, and then trust our teammate and as well as the coaches to do what we are told to do as well.
I'm going to ask you the same question I asked the last group, Coach. Is this the year?
The year for the state? One game at a time. That's the big piece. The state championship is the pie. Mm-hmm. You can't eat the whole pie at one time. At least I can't. So we got to take one piece at a time. So Casa Grande is our first piece we're going to eat.
And that's such a great game to open up with because you know they are good every year.
Yes.
You know they have to travel. There's not a lot of schools in Casa Grande, so they're either going north to Phoenix or south to Tucson. So that toughens the team up. I know we had a lot of long road games when I was in high school, so that's a great game to open with. Not to mention they were a playoff team last year. They're a hard-nosed football team, but you know you're going to go up there. You're going to play on their field. You know, I mean, be it what it may. I think you guys are going to come home 1-0 in your second week of practice.
Without a doubt, that's our goal. That's our goal.
Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. We want to give about 8 minutes to the last group here. Thank you so much. So make sure. I know we have 5 weeks until you can see them at home, but watch them at Casa Grande, and then they've got 3 more games on the road, and then you can catch them home here at Sabino. We have our last group coming up. We have Coach Joel's Diego and Jason will be joining us. Something just fell. Uh-oh. All right, the last group coming in. Thank you again so much for joining us. We only have about 5 minutes left for the final group on 520 Sports Talk. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a great show with Sabino football. and then we will wrap it up for another week.
Quick for next week.
Oh yeah, go ahead, plug away.
Next week, as this is the first show at Zona 78, we appreciate their sponsorship. We also have our first show next week at our other new sponsor, Bianchi's up in Marana at Thornydale and Tangerine. We will be having the Marana Tigers in-house next week. You saw a lot of them on the 7 versus 7 national championship team. Believe me, this team is loaded, so you definitely want to tune in for the Marana Tiger football show.
You guys play Marana this year?
No, we don't.
No Marana. All right. Well, I was going to start the smack talk now, but I guess I won't. If you could go ahead and introduce yourself, your role with the team, and how long you've been with Sabino.
My name is John Joles. I am the head JV coach. This will be my 4th year with Sabino.
All right. Go right ahead.
I'm Diego Armijo, and I'm a sophomore at Sabino.
And what position do you play?
Quarterback.
Quarterback. So are you varsity this year?
Backup on varsity.
Backup on varsity, starting on JV? All right, so you don't play much, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Play a lot.
It's like a double duty.
Yeah, right?
I'm Jason Petty, and I'm a sophomore. Play DN and receiver.
Go ahead and say hi to Grandma and Grandpa or whoever's in.
Hello, Grandma and Grandpa. How you guys doing? I haven't seen you for a while.
One's in Michigan.
Michigan,
That's
yeah.
in Michigan.
That's
and,
right. In the D.
Yeah, so I know that they're going to watch. They can watch afterwards on YouTube or on Facebook because the show stays on there.
Of course.
So they can watch afterwards. If they have any comments, they want to message everyone, they can right now. So I know, I'm sorry, we only have like 3 minutes for you guys. So
no problem.
I'm just trying to think of, like, what are the hard-hitting questions that you ask? So, I mean, it's first year on varsity, right? What are you looking forward to the most?
Just the team, I guess. Just getting together, basically bonding. Just fun bonding time.
Now, let me ask you this: what from your freshman and JV teams? Yes. What's your strengths? What are you bringing to this varsity team that's going to stand out?
Really, it's just the team, or not really the teamwork. It's just like the communication I can bring, and really anything that they ask for, I can bring.
Good question. Good answer.
It's a very good answer.
There you go.
All right. So, Diego, what are you looking forward to this season? And then same question here. What do you bring to varsity that you had
I'm looking
with
forward
freshman
to
JV?
getting better and just helping out the team on each game I'm playing.
So, Coach, they've played JV and at that level. What do these two bring to the varsity team?
So, I know they're not going to be able to communicate this very well, even though one says it is his strength. But both of these guys are going to bring an intensity that you're not going to see out of too many sophomores. I would put both these guys up against most varsity players in the city, and especially the sophomores. They're not a finer pair of sophomores that you're going to find on any team in the city.
So, being both skill position players, the intensity that your coach is talking about, just give us a little bit more. Just take that a bit further, and what makes you intense, and how are you going to, just as you're a sophomore, but that doesn't mean you can't lead by example to juniors and seniors.
Well, what makes me, I guess, really intense is just the thought of the game. Just the roaring crowds when you're on the field. That is really the most important part of, I guess, playing football for me at least. That's what gets me excited and makes me more intense for the game.
And looking from the turnout that we have tonight, I'm sure you'll have you'll have a packed house coming home in that week 4. So
of course, yes.
You must have a whole lot of home games in a row if you're on the road for the first 4 games of the season.
I think we're short 1 home game this year, just how scheduling worked. We had 1 extra home game last year, and then we're short 1 this year.
Gotcha.
All right. Carryover schedule.
I know, right? Okay, so we only have 1 minute left, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna do the gas station question. I'm not gonna do the deserted island question. For you personally, not for the team, because we know what the goal is for the team. So we'll start over here with you, Jason. This season for Jason will be a success if.
It'd be success if, obviously, I just want to get better. So my footwork, I really want to. If I'll bring more speed to the team, I guess that's be the most.
There you go, Diego. Same question. For you, this season will be a success if I.
It'd be successful if I just help out the team and I get better on my own and not just. It'd be better if I help out on my just everything I do.
So both. If you help yourself and help the team, it'll be a success.
Yeah, like if I bend my knee on my throws and.
Nice. Kudos from the coach.
There it is.
I'm going to ask you guys
that was
this
a
question.
Passion bucket moment right there.
I didn't ask any of the other
about.
groups because it was like, this is kind of passionate to me because I played 3 sports in high school. And a lot of times now, people just pick one sport. And to me, I think the benefit is to play different sports because different sports will show you good things about the other sport. Do either of you guys play anything else for the Sabercats?
I play football and basketball and track.
Atta boy.
Football, basketball, and track.
I play football, basketball, and baseball.
Jeez. That's the Bill special.
How's your... I had to quit baseball. I could jack anybody's fastball. I couldn't hit a curveball.
Oh, yeah. I'm the same way. Fastballs are easy. Curveballs are hard.
Yeah.
I couldn't hit a curveball or a fastball or
you used to hit people in the head with a hockey stick.
I played hockey, so I man's game. That's
right.
I'm saying. Coach, you're going to give you guys 30 seconds. Go ahead and look into that camera right there. Any shout-outs or final messages?
Friends, family, in town, out of country.
I'll let these guys go first.
Okay. Shout out to my mom and my dad and my little brother.
There you go.
Shout out to my family, my friends out there. I love you guys.
And shout out to our quarterback, Alex Bell. I love you.
Oh. There's a lot of home cooking going on behind us right now. I love it.
Exactly.
If you guys know what a passion bucket moment is, I feel like we're having a lot of these right now.
There's a lot of love right here.
No, you know what passion bucket means? It's a Dan Patrick reference.
My passion bucket is overflowing.
Overflowing.
Passion. It's basically one of those things like they try and get someone to say passion bucket during a post-game interview or something like that.
You said Dan Patrick. I was going to go, who's she?
Yeah, not Danica Patrick. Yeah. Dan Patrick. Again, thank you so much. Thank you everyone from Sabino Sabercats football for watching 520 Sports Talk. Watch later on the Facebook page. Watch later on the YouTube page. Producer Andy's going to do his best to get everything loaded as soon as he possibly can. Make sure you're watching that. Spread the news about Sabercat football. We look forward to the first game of the season. Feel free to send us a message. That way we know what to expect when we come back. You guys are going to be hungry for a W, the first home game. We'll make sure to be there. So thank you very much. I want to just make sure everyone give a big round of applause to Sabino football. All right. We got some whistles from the crowd in the back.
That's right. I got one message for you.
Right there.
I got one message for you guys. You guys are great. You handled yourself very professionally, like young adults should. We appreciate that. Go kick some ass, okay?
Whoa. You said the K word right there. Okay. Again, thank you so much for Andy, Bill. I'm Sean. We'll see you next week on 520 Sports Talk at Bianchi's with
Marana
football. We will see you next week. Take care.
Peace out.